So, welcome back, friends of the Northern Entertainment, here to the second episode of the Farm Expert 2016 playthrough. So I figured out, for one thing, the first episode seems to be very well liked, so thank you very much for that. I really appreciate all the feedback that I got so far. I do agree with a couple of the statements that the game in general looks a little bit cartoonish. I do indeed, agree on that one, but there's really nothing I can do about that, and I know there's patches coming for the game too. I have to apologize because I said initially that the game is already released. Well, that is true partially. It is released in the German-speaking part of the world. Unfortunately, as of right now, that's all where it's released. I'm not sure what the long-term plans are. I do believe it's supposed to be released internationally too, soon. But as of right now, that is not the case. Yeah, the game in total, so far, it's fun for me. Then again, I do like simulators. And yes, the graphics are indeed a little bit cartoonish. But overall, from what I see so far, and you guys will see that as the playthrough progresses, I'm not gonna give too many spoilers, but it is a very in-depth simulation of the process of running a farm. More in-depth so than you will see that on Farming Simulator without mods. I say without mods because there are modifications that will actually allow you to do these things, so but without modification this game definitely has a leg up on that. We are now back here, as you can see. The tutorial seems to be in this way that it walks you through everything in a little bit of a sped up way, because well, it took not even a day for the stuff to grow, so I sure hope that's not the case in the free play, but we're gonna find out about that soon enough. For right now, we're just gonna, well, I am just gonna continue harvesting. And as you can see here, harvesting doesn't look too bad. Kind of looks like, well, it looks a little bit like it looked in Farming Simulator. Farming Simulator 09, I want to say. Because without a doubt, take the combine back to the garage. No, I don't think so. I have one more. That's kind of, I guess that's because of the, no. That is probably because of the tutorial, that it always wants you to finish. Oops. So that is nice. It can actually overheat the engine. Now the question is, can it start on fire? That would be interesting to know. But it is nice to know that it actually tells you what could happen. The combine is overfilling. It's at 84%, the combine is overfilling. Oh, sorry, 86%. Oh, look! So they are actually working. Well, more or less. The rear one is working anyway. Just too bad that you can't use them independently, or at least I didn't find the key for it yet. So now we're gonna put out the auger. And hopefully not run into that trailer. There. And now we're gonna start spilling or overloading the grain. So that plane is exactly the same that we used in Farming Simulator 12 by the looks of it. So this is where I do prefer... Oh wow, that was nearly nothing. I definitely prefer the one that's used in Farming Simulator 12. Sorry, Farming Simulator 15. And I noticed also one big difference here on the header. If you look how the header works. I'm not gonna leave the vehicle because I want to show something here. And here you can see the header, that the tines of the header are not actually turning out like they should. So it's a little bit easier to show you guys what I meant here before, now here. So you can see here on this part of the header that this is a normal header for wheat, barley, canola, rye, yeah, pretty much all kinds of grains and oats. And what will happen is, and you've probably seen that before, so this part here will turn the drum, and then those little tines here, they are pretty much like combs. They will come and they grab the wheat or whatever the grain may be, and they feed it inside to the header, or sorry, to the cutter that you see down here. You can see the blades kind of flickering because they are in the ground right now. And that cuts the stem off. And then it gets fed by the combs, or by the by this comb, by those tines up to the auger, and the auger is gonna feed it to the middle, to here. And then what you can't see right now, because this is pointing down, and I probably don't have that modeled anyway, but if you could look into here, you would see conveyor belts that transport it into here, into the big divider, and then it divides it pretty much. It divides the fruit or the heads from the chaff, and the chaff comes out back here. It's either getting laid out in swaths like we did it there, or if this thing is equipped with a chopper, then it will get spread out, and you spread it on the field, and then on the next step, once you come back with your plow, you just work it into the ground and give the ground all the nutrients, and or give the ground all the nutrients back. So both is done. It kind of depends what you go for. Also depends if you want straw or not. There's certain grains where the straw is undesirable. So it kind of it really all depends what you want. And I know, guys, sometimes I get a little bit carried away with those explanations, and let me know if I do, but I know also there's quite a few of you guys, obviously, that never been on a farm, or that don't know how it works, but they would like to know. And I think in that regards, this is almost like edutainment. Oh, look, when he jumps, he makes all kinds of funny sounds. But yeah, that is kind of part of edutainment, and I mean, there's only so much I can talk about this game, really. You've seen the graphics, you see the graphics still, and I do believe now for sure that this is a dirt texture of some kind. Now this, well, obviously this one is not dirty because I didn't use it for very long, but yes, we're gonna take the grain to the silo. That's what we're gonna do next. And then I'm pretty sure after this, the tutorial is gonna tell us to start baling the straw. And yes, I'm still using the keyboard because, as it turns out, the controls with I tried it with a controller. Steering wheel is not supported at all, and the controller, yeah, it's not ideal. It's easier to drive just with excuse me. It's easier to drive just with the mouse and keyboard. What exactly are we doing? Okay, that's one way to do it, I guess. So there's no interrupting the animation. Not like you can do it with... actually, I do think in Farming Sim it automatically interrupts once it's empty. It's definitely going to be interesting to see, though, once you upgrade all this stuff, how that looks like in the end. There's definitely some performance issues I noticed with lag every now and again. Oops. Okay, that's a fuel refinery. We're gonna park the trailer. And then we're most likely gonna go ahead and start baling. So I will be back with you guys here shortly, once we start baling. Well, I was wrong. We are not going to start baling right away. Apparently we are upgrading the silo first, so it's okay. We can do that. That's interesting to see. Enter the silo menu. Okay. Upgrades. Upgrade. Maxed out. Okay, so how does that look like now? Ooh. Okay. Very nice. So now we must bale the hay. So I was right. Yeah, I know how to bale hay, but okay, well, we just follow along. And the tutorial, I'm gonna show you guys that real quick. Oh, it's M, okay, never mind. So here you can see all the... See, making the field ready. Deep plowing. Fertilizing, fertilizers. Then crops. You may choose, of course, just an experiment, whichever crop you want to plant. And then harvesting, well, we just did that. Orchardry, that's gonna be, or orchardry, that's gonna be interesting to see that. Animal breeding. That's interesting too, how that is realized in this game. Then of course the different stores, collection centers, upgrading farm buildings, machines, and then the pet menu. And then we have all kinds of stuff here. Fields, vehicles, workers, mechanics. And those are game mechanics. And here you have also the buttons to control the time. Animals, well, I don't think we have anything right now. We have 1,000 kgs of hay, 1,000 kgs of corn, bird food about 100 kgs, manure is 1,000 and dung is 1,000. And then here you can see also the upgrades that we can build. Well, we can't right now because we don't have the money, but there is quite a bit of stuff to build. So anywho, let's start baling and see how that is. And yes, all these little help texts are really just for the tutorial, so. So as you can see, there's really not much to it. It pretty much works exactly the same as it does in Farming Sim 15. You just keep your rows, your windrows, 101%, that's not gonna work, so I have to back up a little bit. Now that I noticed already, you do not have any kind of queue if you are close to the max capacity on your baler. If you don't watch your your overlay. Actually, let's see if we have a inside indicator. No, we don't, which is really, that's sad. It would be certainly nice to have something to indicate whether you're not your full, especially if you press F4 and you turn all the indicators off. Oh yeah, there's definitely not much to baling. A bale is a bale. What I do like still is the camera though. The camera is really nice, it helps a lot. I wish that we had a camera like that in Farming Sim 15. I think it is gonna be a case as usual where there's things that are really, really nice about this game, and there's things that are really, really annoying about this game, and if you could combine this one and Farming Sim, then you would have the perfect game. But it is really interesting how the grain changes color, or the straw changes color, depending on which way you approach it. But yeah, I will be back with you guys once I got this bale done. And then I'm gonna show you guys what we're gonna do next, and that will be the end of this episode. No. And yeah, I hope you had some fun with it. Let me know what you think in the comments, and if you want to see more, or if you are sick and tired of it already. Yeah, see? When you drive with the sun, it's a lot brighter.